Hello guys, today we're going to be learning what is a piecewise function. A piecewise function is a function defined by multiple subfunctions. Subfunctions in on different intervals, on different intervals. All right, so I would write these notes down as you go. A function defined by multiple subfunctions on different intervals. So let's see what that definition means. So here are two examples of piecewise. In this first example, we have a graph of a piecewise, and in this second example, we have a the function right now. So if you look at the graph to begin with, we have 1, 2, 3. We have three different pieces of functions connected together to make one. And that's what it means by subfunctions. On different intervals, it means that from here, from -5 to -2 is one function. It's this line right here. Then from -2 to +3, we have this line right here. And from 3 to +6, we have this line. So this one would have three different subfunctions, three different intervals. If you look at the bottom example, how many parts does this one has? It has 1, 2, 3. Three different intervals. And the equation for each of those lines is written right here. When x is smaller than -3 or less than -3, you use this equation. When x is -3 to 2, so between -3 and 2, you use this equation. And when you have x is greater than 2, you use this equation right here. These two are different, just so you know. Those two are different. So let's go ahead and see how we read them. So first we're going to talk about evaluating it from a graph. If I were you, I would write down these steps. I would write down the 1 through 4, pause the video and write it down. All right, so we're going to be evaluating the function from a graph. First, we need to be able to determine which x value we're looking for. Then, after we find the x value, we can find the y value. One thing to always look out for is the open circles. Be careful with the open circles. And another thing that could happen is that it could be undefined or it does not exist. And we're going to do an example with that, so if that doesn't quite make sense just yet, do not worry. So let's go ahead and try the examples on the bottom. Use the graph f of x to find the following notations. So notice this is our f of x. This one actually consists of three parts. If you notice, we have a parabola that is opening down. Then we have this point up here. This point is technically considered a subfunction because it's just a point by itself. And then we have this line that has a negative slope. So this piecewise has a negative slope. So let's go ahead and evaluate f of 0. F of 0, it's telling us x equals 0. So it's saying when x is 0, what's our y? That's pretty much how you read this. When x is 0, what's our y? So we're going to go to my graph, and here's the x-axis, and we're going to go where x is 0. X is 0 right here, and we're going to go to where the function's located. The function is located down here because here's where my solid line is at. So my function is at 0, -7. So when the function is at 0, my answer is -7 because my y is -7. So the answer for that one would be -7. Let's go ahead and try f of -5. The function evaluated at 5, -5. X is -5. So we're going to go to my x-axis again. Remember to start at the x-axis always. And we're going to go to where -5 is at. Here is my x is -5. Now we got to find the function. On the y-axis, the function is above. The function is right here. I'm going to put a point right there so that we can see it. That's -5, +4. So when x is negative 5, what's the function? The function is at 4. So the answer to that one is 4. Let's go ahead and try some more examples. The function at 2. So x equals 2. So we're going to go to x equals 2 first. Here's x equals 2 on the x-axis, and we're going to go to the function. The function is down here, right here. Notice that it is a closed circle, so I do include it. That's 2, negative 9. That's the coordinate. When the function is at 2, my answer is negative 9, like that. Take a minute and try f of negative 7 real quick. All right, so f of negative 7, that's x equals negative 7. So we're going to go to the function at negative 7 right here. There's actually a point right there because the line is going through it. That point is negative 7, 0. What's the y value? The y is 0, so the answer is 0. All right, let's try f of negative 2. X equals negative 2 on this one, so we're going to go to where x is negative 2. Here's the negative 2. However, be very careful on this one because you can go up or you can go down. So which one is it? Is it going to be the closed circle, or is it going to be the, is it going to be the open circle, or is it going to be the closed circle? Think about that real quick. Where is it defined? It is defined up here at the closed circle because you include the closed circle and you don't include the open circle. So the answer to this one would be 5 because of the open circle down here is not included, but the closed circle is. So let's do f of 8. F of 8, x equals 8 on this example. So we're going to go to my x-axis where I'm at 8. Notice that the function is nowhere above and nowhere below. So this is what we would call undefined.